Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the flight that I'll never forget. Simply because I had a chance to fly with one of the best paragliding female pilots in the world, Joanna Di Grigoli. And no matter how excited and nervous at the same time I was, we are getting dressed, prepared and ready for the liftoff. As you can see, the weather was just fine. We didn't have any direct sunlight, so we didn't have any thermal activity, which also didn't give us any turbulent conditions. So the flight was easy and smooth.
And we are off.
We are free.
So first of all, welcome to Lithuanian sky.
Thank you very much for having me here. I'm excited.
I'm still struggling to believe that we've got you in Lithuania. 6 years after you wrote me a message on Instagram, and now here we are, flying in Lithuania.
Yeah. Well, as I say, the beautiful things about social media.
Exactly. Talking about the flying, is there any memorable flight that you would like to briefly share while we are still 900 meters above the ground?
Well, there are so many, but I think when we fly in places where maybe paragliders don't belong, I think those are the special ones. Like in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, when I flew above the city and the statue of the Christ of the Corcovado, that was a very special flight because it's not every day that you can do it.
Yep.
And in the day I was there, the day wasn't looking so good, and then it ended up being the perfect day. And unfortunately, nowadays that flight is forbidden.
Yeah.
And so it feels even more special that I was able to do it. But I don't know, I think there's always something special about every flight, even if it's just a top to bottom, or I don't know, flying over a glacier or flying in the desert, that it's something maybe you were not used to.
Okay.
I think they're all special, but that one really marked me.
Oh, I'll leave the link in the video description.
Yeah.
It's pretty much one of the most beautiful flights I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Yeah, we don't have that many mountains in Lithuania, as you can see. We are here more about mastering the terrain and the clouds, looking for the thermals. Was it you or someone else who said on interview that flying flatlands is some kind of black magic?
Yes.
I think it was you, so I read somewhere and all this.
Yeah, it actually, at the beginning that's what I thought it was, because I come from the mountains in Venezuela. And the first time I went to the flats, I didn't understand a thing. And I was like, okay, just do what you read on the book. Just follow the book. And slowly I started to warm up to the flatlands, and now I really love them. I like the technical part, the fact that you have to think all the time.
Yeah.
Because when you fly in the mountains, you can stop and wait somewhere. I was like, okay, I'm gonna reach roller here until the thermal triggers. But here in the flatlands, you have no time to lose.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really love this that part.
Yeah, we don't have this privilege in flats just to stay somewhere and wait for the thermals to begin the new cycle.
Exactly.
But we have all of the landing options you can wish in the world.
Yes.
And we don't have lee side.
Yes, and also you can fly with lots of wind.
Oh yeah.
In conditions that in the mountains you would even take your glider out of the back or even go to the side. Here you go and fly, and that's an advantage as well.
Oh yes. Well, overall it's a little bit safer. And yeah, of course, flying in the mountains has its own benefits, but especially for the young pilots, I think flatlands is a great place to learn.
Yes.
Because when I was learning in Spain, we used to make usually 2 flights a day, which is top to bottom.
Okay.
Here in Lithuania, the beginners are doing sometimes even 50 flights a
Wow.
day. Yeah, because it's winches.
Yeah.
It's they
Wow.
can just keep on jumping all day long.
Okay.
And if the wind direction changes, you just move the winch.
Exactly.
So when it comes to learning, flatlands is perfect.
Yeah.
Plus it's safer for the beginners. And
Yeah.
oh, and here we are. This is our camp. Just below us. Let me help you. Dun, 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 dun. A little turbulence. but thermals are not working.
No.
Well, it shouldn't, because it wasn't too sunny enough in the morning. And what about you with acrobatic maneuvers? Do
Well,
you do with your own wing?
When I was at the beginning, there were no acro gliders, you just had one glider to do everything.
Uh-huh.
I used to do a little acro,
Okay.
and just basic stuff like full stalls and sats. And yeah, I had a freestyle wing until maybe 2015.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, nowadays I don't own an acro glider, but I think it's good to do some basic acro maneuvers. It helps you be comfortable with weird configurations of your glider.
Aw.
So if you ever get in trouble, at least you know how to react.
Yeah.
But I do something I really love to do. I go to the Dune du Pilat once a year and just do waga and just kite my glider all day long, and that's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny when you say basic maneuvers like full stall. Because usually passengers are not pilots
Yeah.
themselves, and they are asking all of those questions, how it works and everything, and it's quite unusual to have one of the most experienced pilot in the world being your passenger. It feels like I should be asking you the advices how to control this magical piece of cloth. But still, after 5 years of flying, I'm still struggling to believe how lucky we are
Yes.
to fly like a bird without any noise, any engine, and just spend hours and hours in the sky like this.
Yeah, and I think that's something we should never forget.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes we get caught like in the numbers and the results and competitions and all that, and kilometers and all that, and we forget that not everybody in the world has a chance to do what we do.
Oh yeah.
And this is beautiful and magical. Only what we're doing today, just a top to bottom, just like that. It's already magical and beautiful. So we should be thankful to be able to do this.
Totally agree with you. We just woke up, had some little breakfast, cup of coffee, and now we are flying.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people in the world who could enjoy such a morning activities.
Exactly.
Here we are.
All right.
Thank you so much for being my passenger.
Oh, thank you for the nice flight. That was fun.
Oh,